day started in a lovely way. A fantastic bike ride followed by a joyous sail in the sunshine. So we are just joyriding at the moment. But soon enough, the weather began to change.
Ooh, the grumbling sky is approaching again from that side. Did you hear it?
And just like that, we were hunkered down, watching the light dance around the sky outside. What do you think about the frequency of this lightning, Amore?
It doesn't end.
It's
like
crazy.
one constant growl.
I'm Maya, and this is Aladino. Our journey began a few years ago when this boat fell off a crane. After 4 years of rebuilding her, we named her Magic Carpet and we set sail to go around the world as slowly as possible. This season, we're sailing in the Netherlands. Join us as we explore the history and strange natural beauty of this seafaring nation. From the canals of Amsterdam to the pastoral islands of the Waddenzee, welcome to Magic Carpet in the Netherlands. New episode every Friday. So we're in the harbour of Monnikendam, and as far as I can see, the Netherlands has some of the best harbours in the world. And I spent my morning working on videos with the extremely fast harbour Wi-Fi that they provide. Aladino is just taking a shower in the beautifully clean showers, and then we're going to go take one of the bikes, which they provide for free, and go for a bike ride. I love the harbours here. Because the Netherlands is such a wet country, in many ways boats take the place of camper vans. Harbours here are like campgrounds, complete with playgrounds, trampolines, soccer fields, barbecues, and anything else you could want for a wonderful family vacation. It's common to see multiple generations of Dutch families sailing together on a small boat, enjoying their summer holidays. There's a barbecue or a fire pit. Maybe we'll have a grill tonight if the weather's okay. All this grass to go run around on, picnic tables. There's the boats over there. Just fantastic. So we just went to the harbour office to pay for another night and to try and get some keys for the free bikes. And so we went there and we said, can we pay for another night? We've been here 2 nights already, but we wanted to extend one more night. And it's already really cheap. Like, for all that you get here, it's 18 euros a night, which I think is so fair. And especially compared to what the prices we were used to in the Mediterranean, which was like 50 a night. So we went up to the desk and the guy said, oh, 3rd night's free. Here, take the bike keys and go. So that's just amazing. So now we have to find which bike we got the keys to. That might be an issue. We didn't really do much in Monnikendam, just rode around and enjoyed the sights. Dutch towns have such a distinctive style. I wonder how many bricks exist in this entire country. It would be a staggering number. All right, we came back from biking, went for a swim, we brought some groceries back with us, and now this evening we're going to have a grill in the Harbour Grill. We actually have a patron here in this harbour, super nice guy. How great is this? A grill outdoors and some music. This really does feel like laid-back camping, just with folk boats rather than Volkswagens. Good morning! It's another warm day here in the Netherlands and we're getting ready to leave the harbor, heading over to another cute town very close to here actually called Volendam.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while.
Monnikendam and Volendam are next door neighbors, so we decided to lengthen the sail by setting a course out into the Markermeer for a little joyride. And we do also have to be careful because all of this is too shallow for us, so we have to stay in this.
The wind is blowing from exactly the same direction. When we sailed in, that meant sailing in we were going full downwind, but now we would have to tack out of the very narrow channel. So since the engine was on to get out of the slip, which was a bit tricky, having the wind on the beam there, yeah, now we motor through until we're in safe waters. But no complaints, it looks wonderful again. Flat waters, and there is what I would call an excellent sailing breeze.
However, since we're going straight into the wind coming out of this channel, we figure it's a good time to raise the main while getting out of the channel. So I'm gonna steer, Aladino will pull the main up, and then we'll have one less sail to worry about by the time we can actually fall off and fill them up with wind.
And they sang a song, they sang it loud, and I still remember parts of it, and the yellow glorious will live. Won't you be my guide and let me follow? Can I hold your hand for all time's sake?
So the main went up. It was another day of joyous and relaxing sailing, with nowhere to be and a whole day to get there. Sailing in the Netherlands is not adventure sailing. You won't get the satisfaction of a big open water crossing or a remote bay with absolutely nobody there. But it has other charms. It's a country built for the joy of boats, complete with protected sailing grounds, huge and comfortable harbors, and a landscape which has literally been crafted around boats. It's a place to relax, take the family for a sail, and enjoy a nice meal in a restaurant at the end of the day. For a summer of slow and leisurely travel, it's ideal. Although I should mention that those protected lakes aren't always calm. We'd find out soon enough that the IJsselmeer can really test the stomachs of even the most salty sailors. But on calm days like this, with just enough wind to fill the sails, it was ideal.
Sailing here, I gotta say, is pretty wonderful. I mean, I understand from theory that it can get choppy because the water depth, well, it's actually pretty shallow. So once the wind blows from the same direction, it can, yeah, get a little choppy. But we've encountered only beautiful sailing so far.
When you take a look at your depth sounder pretty much anywhere on these lakes, you'll understand why the Dutch are so good at building shallow draft boats. They kind of have to, or they'll spend their whole sailing trip stuck in the mud. We've never considered Magic Carpet to be a deep draft boat at 1.40 m, but here we are actually one of the deepest and we were unable to go to certain places because of it. However, on the Markermeer and IJsselmeer there was never any problem, only the smaller inland lakes and canals were too shallow for us.
Capable of
And that's another thing about the Netherlands. You can be sure to get some nautical eye candy wherever you go.
So it's about 40 minutes we're sailing, and we could fall off and get into Volendam already, but we decided to go for a bit of a day sail and then come back. It's fun. There's many interesting boats out here doing what they were built for.
So we are just joyriding at the moment. We've left Marken and Volendam far behind, and we're just sailing out here in the Markermeer is what it's called, right?
Yep.
And it's beautiful. There's a little bit of sunshine, but it's kind of a hazy sun. And the sails are up, and we had some lunch, and it's all peaceful and calm. And we're not going anywhere. And I don't even remember the last time we set our sails without planning on actually going anywhere. We've already passed our destination, and now we're just gonna circle around back to it. But there's something really lovely about that, where, you know, there's no hurry, there's no stress, there's no wondering if we'll get there or any of that. It's just very peaceful. And I mean, 99% of the boats out here are not going from A to B. They're going from A to A. They left their harbors and they'll go back in the evening. But yeah, they'll all go back without having really covered distance, but with having a beautiful day out in the sunshine, just moving with the freedom of the wind, and it's absolutely wonderful. The joy of sailing, to be found in the Netherlands.
Check out that beauty behind you.
I know we're going somewhere, into the danger zone. It all points right to that. I set myself aside, lead the way on this trial. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change.
That was a fast one. Well done, Amore. Good one to have caught on camera.
What do you mean? Aren't they all like that?
Yes.
We'll be okay, waking up to another day.
Adjusting course to beam reach.
Yes, since we're not going anywhere, why not sail what this boat does best? And out with the Jenny!
Yay, full Jenny.
Full Jenny, we're on port tack, we don't need to see the others.
I should also make a mention about sailing terminology. When Aladino and I met, we had to have quite a few discussions about sailing terminology because of course I learned it in English and he learned it in German, and so mostly he's adapted everything to English, but we have just agreed on a few things which are not normal. So in German, you refer to the side of the tack as the side that the sails are on. So right now our sails are on the port side, and so in German you would call that a port tack, or a backboard?
Backboard!
Backboard. Backboard. Oh god. Oh, German. Whereas in English, what I learned is that you refer to the side the wind is coming on. So the sails are on port, which means the wind is coming from starboard. So in English, I would call this a starboard tack. And so we have kind of agreed, in my head as well, it kind of makes sense to name the side of the tack over the side the sails are on. So we do usually use that terminology, although often we'll just to be specific, we'll say sails on port or sails on starboard, just to make it even more specific rather than saying port tack or starboard tack. So yeah, lots of confusing things when you start mixing languages together. But if you hear us talk about port tack and sails are on port, that's why. decided to test out our wind vane since we hadn't used it since the Mediterranean.
It all points right to that. I set myself aside, lead the way on this trial. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change.
We started playing a bit, seeing if we could tack through the wind without having to touch the tiller. We'd never done that before, but it did work out after a few tries. Aladino adjusted the angle of the wind vane, which adjusts the course, and then I pulled the sails over to suit our new course. Magic.
First backfill it a little bit, and then when you get that help, high five.
What changed? Why does it go
More aggressively.
pulling on it?
Yeah, like I had it in the middle, and then the boat steers to the middle, but then it goes back. And also backfilling the sail is, I think, important. One more time! The puppet sailing. You ready? Now it's in the middle and it pulls it back already. And now I bring it more or less to the desired course. And now look at us go! So much fun! Don't have to touch the tiller anymore. Wow, and now we hook up a little device to that puppet line, and then we can do it electronically. Just little... Huh? Oh no, then we're using power again. Oh. We need some kind of worm gear.
Alright, time to sail into the harbor for the evening. Into Volendam. We actually haven't called ahead, but I'm hoping there's spots. I think there should be. And yeah, it was a good day, wasn't it, my love?
Beautiful.
And the day isn't over, by the way, because now we get to go see the town of Volendam, which is an extremely, extremely cute town. I was there when I was 14 with my mom, and I remember it because there was a waffle stand that sold these giant waffles with huge piles of whipped cream, and I was so impressed as a 14-year-old. I don't know if I want a waffle now, but anyway, Volendam's very sweet. It was a good time to head to the harbor as the sky clouded over and took on an electrically charged energy.
Ooh, the grumbling sky is approaching again from that side. Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear it.
Went grumble, grumble.
There's been thunder and lightning pretty much every day for the past few
Every
days.
evening, yeah.
So it's not surprising. Well, good thing we're going home now. Alright, so we're walking into the town of Volendam. I think it's quite a tourist hotspot now, but I think it became a tourist hotspot because it is cute and pretty. That's sort of what happens to a lot of places that are cute and pretty. But yeah,
So
I'm
far
still
it's
excited
very
to
modern.
see it. No, this is just the outskirts though. We're not in the proper town that I actually remember yet. But yeah, just gonna go explore. You got any thoughts?
Is it tradition that every Dutch harbor has a ship, a medieval galleon or koche? Wow.
I don't know what kind of ship this is. I don't know if it's what you could call a galleon.
Me neither.
But
No idea. It's so incredible, just with what we know about boat design today. Yeah.
It's incredible that this thing didn't
floats.
tip over.
I mean, of course they were cargo ships and filled with I don't know how much stuff, but it's so narrow and so tall.
But our tour of Volendam was cut quite short. Holy moly, our trip to Volendam was just cut pretty short. The sky started getting so dark, and then wind started picking up, and now it's raining and temperature just plunged. So we're going back to the boat. Time to get cozy. We had experienced these summer storms for the past few nights. They never last long, but they arrive with great energy and drop seemingly an entire day's worth of rain in about 10 minutes. This one contained an especially intense light show. What do you think about the frequency of this lightning, Amore?
It doesn't end.
It's
like
crazy.
one constant growl. Yeah.
Yeah, the thunder and the lightning.
Pretty special. Oh, I don't know if it's fogged, but yeah, we don't see the lightning as defined. Now I saw one.
Oh, you just saw one?
Yeah.
Yeah, before it was just like a sheet lightning.
Yeah, totally.
This is one of those times I'd be really scared if we were the only tall metal pole for miles around.
And I think there is more of a reason to be concerned in freshwater than
true.
in saltwater.
Are we plugged in?
No,
That's good.
not yet.
Damn.
I don't even know if there's a point in going having a shower or just walk there and then walk back.
I love storm watching. It's so... Yeah, there's just something magnetic about watching a storm, isn't there? You can't turn away.
There we go, there's some more defined lightning.
The camera just registers it as such bright flashes. I don't know if it'll... Which direction was it? Was it over by the harbor? And it's also true that now that we've sailed for the past 2 years, full time, more or less, and we've been caught in some storms at anchor and out sailing, and having those memories, I mean, you always get through it and it's always fine, but it's such an intensity in the moment, and there's sometimes that you just wish you could be anywhere except on a small boat in the middle of the ocean in the middle of this storm. And so with that background, now whenever, oh, that was a really defined one. But now whenever we are in a storm, in a cozy place, like, you know, where it's easy and we don't have to be outside in our foul weather gear battling the elements, it brings a whole new level to the storm experience. It brings a whole new level of appreciation for the cozy little cave that we have, where we can simply look out the door in warmth and comfort and look at the lightning overhead. The night passed. We were warm and safe and dry.
Waffelbakkerie, Museum, Volendam Belgian waffles. That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
It's $9.50 to get out.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we walked into Volendam this morning because I really wanted to have some waffles that I remember having here with my mum. And I think it's the exact same stall.
Wow.
So we got waffles and I'm so excited. Wow. Incredible.
Pretty yummy.
Looks good, hey?
Looks good already.
Tell me how it is. So it's got whipped cream and fresh raspberries and icing sugar. How's that, my love? Last time I ate one of these, I was 14. I've waited 9 years to have another Volendam waffle. 9 years! We enjoyed the waffles and then I went for a stroll along the dike past the harbour. But pretty soon, yet another summer storm started rolling towards me. Do you hear that? Whenever the thunder rumbles, all the birds fly up from the trees. But I gotta get home. It looks like this is coming towards us. Even though the wind on the ground level is blowing this way, when I look up at the clouds are moving this way towards us. So hopefully I'll make it home in time. Ran through a patch of stinging nettle. I didn't realize what it was until too late. Oh, I'm wearing pants, but the pants are really thin and I definitely feel that. Oh gosh, really in a rush to get home now. My legs are burning from that stinging nettle. I need to get some aloe vera. So loud. The harbor's close now. Mamma mia, amore! Look at this weather. I was walking along the dike and it was all nice and autumny and I was breathing in the sweet smell of sun. It is. It's autumny though, amore.
Because we're north.
Well, of course, but autumn sometimes begins in August in the north. And then I could see in the distance, I saw one flash of lightning, but I couldn't hear any thunder and I thought it's coming. Okay. And then I started hearing the thunder. Where are we going?
Oh, it's not coming quite yet. I wanted to look at that Formosa over there.
Oh gosh, no, it's gonna come any second. You know how fast it comes when it comes.
It's not that bad.
It pours. It pours when it comes. I like storms.
It didn't come yet.
Storm watching.
Yeah.
I love it. As long as we're not in the middle of it on the sea. So with yet another summer squall rolling through, I'll leave you now until the next episode, when we have to precisely time our passage in between squalls to go visit an island which some of you may have seen on YouTube before. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit that subscription and notification bell. It really helps our channel grow and we really appreciate all of it. An extra big thanks to our patrons for making this all possible, and an extra big thanks to these folks who really go the extra mile every week and every month to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced, and we'll see you all next Friday.